Tonight on Newsbeat, how the writers' strike is affecting LSU students.
The Tigers are headed to Oxford to take on Ole Miss.
And the big disappointment for Big Cheezy.
All this and more. Newsbeat starts right now. Good evening and welcome to Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Gracie Guillot.
And I'm Nicole Marino. Thanks for joining us.
Two LSU student government senators proposed a resolution last Wednesday urging LSU to change the rules of Free Speech Alley. Tiger TV's Bridget John spoke with student government to find out what this resolution entails.
LSU Senators Cardi Whitelaw and Lila Williams proposed to change Policy Memorandum 79, which would allow LSU to limit the time, place, and manner of activities of public areas of campus. Although the bill did not pass through the Senate, the authors are trying to raise awareness for the bill. As they say, the current policy leaves these areas open to the public and could potentially impede operational activities at LSU or endanger student life.
I see every day that people come onto campus, they're not LSU students or LSU faculty or LSU staff. They're coming, they're harassing our students, they're making them feel very unsafe.
Whitelaw says their suggested process for non-LSU students to be at Free Speech Alley would be very simple.
Create a system where people that are not from LSU, they're not staff, they're not students, they can come and they can go through a student organization, get sponsored, right? And then from there, they would be able to get a name tag and also be registered down in a system that LSU would create.
Many of LSU students agreed that it would be better if Free Speech Alley allowed access to only LSU students and had a registration process for non-LSU students.
One of the pros is having a more secluded community of only LSU students and faculty. So if you're promoting an organization or a group or company that you guys are trying to build up or that's already established, it would be more, common to have people like that around you.
Rose says that Free Speech Alley is a great opportunity for LSU student entrepreneurs to try to build their brand and promote it to other LSU students.
It allows students to really capitalize off the opportunity that that they're paying for with their tuition, really. So if you go here, you have the opportunity to sell and, advertise whatever you're working on. It's an opportunity for them to grow.
Senators Whitelaw and Williams said the purpose of this bill is to try to create a safer environment for LSU students at Free Speech Alley. For Tiger TV News, I'm Bridget John.
Some students are questioning what this potential change would mean for the name of Free Speech Alley.
The Writers Guild of America strike in Hollywood may be coming to an end soon, but Tiger TV's Addie Miller found out if this means all strikers will stay off the picket lines.
Writers Guild of America has been on strike for 148 days with a possible end in sight. The strike began on May 2nd of 2023, possibly creating worry for LSU students hoping to head into the film industry. LSU student Elizabeth LeBlanc shared her initial concerns when she first heard about the strike.
When you aren't working in production or in post-production, there's nothing getting done right now. And that's what mostly has me worried is that things aren't getting done right now, and when I get into the industry, there's nothing for me to work on.
After days of negotiation, WGA has come to a tentative agreement with Hollywood studios, allowing writers to return back to work as of September 26th. Now with writers returning back to work, LSU students and alumni that inspire to share their talents through screenwriting have the opportunity to do so. However, this does not mean that Hollywood is back in business as usual. According to New York Times, SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, have more than 150,000 actors that are striking separately from WGA. Some of the actors' demands include a revenue-sharing agreement for successful streaming shows. LSU costume design professor Susanna Chambliss shares her view on the strikes.
Important for all of us to stand in solidarity with the WGA and with SAG because it does affect all of us in the entertainment industry.
For Tiger TV, I'm Addie Miller.
To find out more information about the ongoing strikes, go to the sagafra.org for updates.
Big Cheezy, a popular late-night snack in Tigerland, was planning to serve their sandwiches in Tiger Stadium this football season until LSU suddenly pulled out of the contract. Reporter Emily Roach is in the studio with more. Emily?
That's right, Gracie. The company says they were shocked by the news at first, but are on to bigger and better things.
Big Cheezy sits right outside the house in Tigerland and serves their food Thursdays through Saturdays from 8 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Owner Blaze Romanak opened his food truck in 2018 and ever since has been busy serving up his famous mac and cheese.
I love Big Cheezy. All of my friends, we come out here, we wait in line. I get the mac and cheesy. It's my favorite. It's so good. It has mac and cheese on it. Some of my friends get bacon in it, but I'm not a big bacon girly.
Popular Spot was looking forward to serving fans in the student section this football season, but the contract was broken the week of the first home game, and Big Cheezy's owner says the reason is unknown.
So we're going to the stadium, and there was supposed to be a Big Cheezy there, but I don't know what happened. It's ridiculous. That's all I want, honestly, going back to the stadium. But I mean, I don't know why LSU kicked them out.
After owner Blaze Romanak purchased a brand new $50,000 truck for serving in the stadium, he now plans to use the new truck in Tigerland, which gives him more space for more food and employees.
Like, I'm waiting like 30 minutes to an hour just to get it, and the line's like all the way down the road. It's ridiculous. They need like a much bigger space.
In spite of plans to serve in the stadium being canceled, Big Cheezy has plans to open a restaurant in the near future. A lease has been signed, but the location is still unknown.
I cannot wait till they get their restaurant, Big Cheezy. I can get it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, instead of waiting till the weekend, because all of my friends, we have to wait until Thursday, Saturday.
In the meantime, Big Cheezy will be serving their wildly popular mac and cheese and sandwiches out of the new truck in Tigerland and can't wait to expand and serve excited customers all week long out of their new location.
A Big Cheezy fan favorite is the mac and cheesy, which has cheddar cheese, their famous mac and cheese, and bacon. You can visit Big Cheezy after your next trip to Tigerland and find out what it's all about. Coming up after the break, Charles Fleischer is in the studio with your Tiger Sports update as we look toward the Magnolia Bowl this weekend.
And now, a Tiger Sports update.
Welcome back to Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Charles Fleischer, and this is your Tiger Sports update. Let's start on the baseball diamond. Yesterday, the college baseball 2023 recruiting rankings dropped, and as fall ball approaches, LSU places at number 5. This class features 13 freshmen, 61 transfers, and 1 junior college transfer. One of the big names is Luke Holman, an Alabama transfer who's ranked 3rd out of the 2024 Impact transfers. Holman worked as the Tide's #1 starter last year, going 7-4 and a 3.67 ERA, so he certainly got big shoes to fill to replace Paul Skeens and Ty Floyd. Another notable transfer, Mac Bingham, played his last 4 seasons at the University of Arizona. Bingham was named to the 2023 All-Pac-12 team after hitting .360 with 10 homers and 51 RBIs. Some of the big incoming freshman names include Jake Brown and Cade Anderson, 2 of the top pitchers in the country and the #1 and 2 overall ranked players in Louisiana, and Ashton Larson, an outfielder and the #1 overall ranked player in Kansas. Now from the diamond to the hardwood. While women's basketball had their first practice at the PMAC on Monday, men's basketball also had their first practice on Tuesday. During the offseason, they went out and landed some big-time transfers, including Tulane transfer Jalen Cook, who averaged 19 points a game last season, and Nevada transfer Will Baker, a 7-foot center, to add more size to the team. A batch of returners are back, including Trey Hannibal, Milani Wilkinson, Tyrell Ward, and Derek Fountain, and a new freshman class featuring Corey Chest and Mike Williams III, looking to make a name for themselves in the collegiate realm. Last year, the team started off hot, but crumbled in SEC play, finishing with a 14-19 record, but head coach Matt McMahon is looking to turn things around this year.
Yeah, just want to get better. I want to get better and take these talented players we've been able to bring in and build them into a team. You know, for me, I always say it, you know, this is once in a lifetime opportunity to be at a place like LSU. I don't spend any time living in the past of the first year here. I think we all know the circumstances, and now is the opportunity to move the program forward, and really like the experience and leadership that we've seen to this point.
And now for the main event. Football travels to Oxford, Mississippi this Saturday, for a top 20 showdown with the Rebels of Ole Miss. Now look, offensively, those 11 are absolutely on fire. Number 1 in the SEC in scoring and total offense, 2nd in passing and 3rd in rushing. But Jaden Daniels is really what makes this group roll. And if you look at his stats through 4 games, these are Heisman-type numbers. The completion percentage, 4th in the SEC amongst QBs, and the yards and touchdowns is number 1. However, if the Fighting Tigers are going to slow down Jackson Dart and the 3rd-ranked offense in the SEC, this defense, particularly the secondary, is going to have to step up after a lackluster performance a week ago. The D as a whole gave up 426 total yards to Arkansas, and as head coach Brian Kelly stated, it was the unforced errors and self-inflicted wounds that gave the Razorbacks a chance, but that will look to be cleaned up against the Rebels.
We're having a tendency of trying to chase too many plays on defense. And what I mean by that, we're trying to make plays that are really not our place to make, and we just need to do our job. And I think once we settle down and just do the ordinary things extraordinarily well, this can be a really good defense because it's shown itself to have resiliency and toughness and the players necessary to do that.
Kickoff for Saturday's match will be at 5 p.m. Central Time and broadcasted on ESPN. That's all we have for this Tiger Sports Update. After the break, you might want to crack open a cold one. Don't go anywhere.
It's not quite the weekend, but the calendar says it's time to drink a cold beer. That's because Thursday is National Drink Beer Day. September 28th happens to be the birthday of Arthur Guinness, founder of Guinness Brewery, but it also takes place during the celebration of Oktoberfest, which typically continues until October 15th. You can enjoy a cold one to celebrate near campus at places like Chimes or Walk-Ons. And that's all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat.
To stay up to date on all LSU news and sports, follow our socials at LSU Tiger TV.
We'll see y'all on Monday for the 5th quarter, but until then, I'm Nicole Marino.
And I'm Gracie Guillot. Have a great night, Tigers.